Greetings, Chief Cook here with a special edition of On the Job. I hope all of you had a very Merry Christmas. Can't believe 2024 is right around the corner. I hope all of you had a wonderful time with your family and friends. On behalf of our police department, again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We got a lot to get caught up on. It's been about a month or so since we met, and so let's just jump right on in. Some of the highlights since our last episode in November include we launched a new computer-aided dispatch system. This is a software that our dispatchers use to connect callers with police officers. In other words, when someone calls the police, whether that's through the emergency number or our non-emergency number, the software will tell the officer what's going on, how to get to the call, and then each police car has a computer that officers can use to enter various pieces of information. This new software called Motorola Flex is really going to put our agency and our dispatch team in a great position to manage the many communities that we dispatch for, including not only White Settlement, but also Westwood Village, Sampson Park. Our team also provides detention, jail services to Westover Hills, White Settlement ISD Police, and our federal partners as well. I want to thank the Crime Control and Prevention District, our City Council, and City Manager Jeff James for approving this expenditure last budget year, really to update and refresh our computer information systems. This year-long project's been in the planning stages for a really long time. We're now implemented as of mid-November. Speaking of acquisitions, our podcast series at the WSPD Briefing Room, the next to the last episode, featured Sergeant James Stewart and the procurement of a new patrol rifle system to counter emerging violent crime threats that we kind of see across the country. These are situations that we consider very dynamic environments, such as rifle threats. Here's an excerpt of that episode in case you missed it. And firearms, this is an area that we spend a lot of time on as far as training, rightly so. I always remind officers that we're accountable for every round that leaves our weapon. And while no officer ever wants to be involved in a shooting, as part of our oath to protect and serve, we do have to confront evil at times, and oftentimes that evil might manifest itself that necessitates deadly force.
Yeah, the world definitely has a lot of challenges right now, and as officers, we have to be prepared to act in the event that the unthinkable happens.
Y'all just ran a call earlier, right? What was that call?
Yeah, about 30 minutes ago, a person that showed up at a current boyfriend's house, and he was armed with a shotgun, a rifle, and a pistol. And that went down very well and had a very good outcome, fortunately for everybody involved. And he's in custody right now.
Our December podcast, which was the latest episode, was all about recruiting. I want to thank Officer Samuel Brown for coming on and really share the information about what sets us apart from other agencies that may be hiring. Please head on over to wherever you find your favorite podcasts, click on the subscribe button, leave us some comments. That way you can never miss an episode. Just like On the Job, we publish about one podcast a month. Again, WSPD Briefing Room, a variety of different content that you won't find on our other social media channels. I also want to take a moment and highlight two recent appointments I'm really proud to share with our community. On November 21st, I was notified that I had been elected and appointed to the FBI National Command Course Association as a board member at large. I'm one of the only Texas police chiefs on this executive board. I'm really humbled to represent the collective voice of our small police departments across the country. If you didn't realize, most of our departments across the U.S. are small in nature, about 80% of all law enforcement agencies across the U.S. I was also notified on December 12th that I was appointed to the International Association of Chiefs of Police, their Professional Standards, Ethics, and Image Committee. I was appointed by Police Chief Wade Carpenter, who represents the Park City, Utah Police Department. He's also the current president of the IACP. President Carpenter, thank you so much. I look forward to serving in this important role as we work as a profession to tell our agency's stories. On the mutual aid front, several police departments band together to send one resounding statement that driving while intoxicated will not be tolerated. We stand together with Fort Worth, Westwood Village, Sampson Park, Lake Worth, River Oaks, Westover Hills, Tarrant County Sheriff, and the Tarrant County Constable's Office Precinct number 4. Matter of fact, just a couple of weeks ago, Sheriff Bill Wayburn held a large press conference with about 19 different agencies represented across our county to denounce impaired driving and commit extra patrols on the roadways to look for, intercept, and arrest intoxicated drivers. You know, this is really important as we move into the New Year's Eve holiday. It's fine going out to celebrate. Just make sure you have a safe ride home. Plan ahead.
Adriana De Alba reports it reveals some important new details on how this happened.
I can't wrap my mind around that.
White Settlement Police Chief Christopher Cook is talking about an auto pedestrian accident Saturday that spanned 2 counties. But it's not so much these pictures of the damage that stunned officers. It's what police say happened.
Very tragic scene.
It started in Dallas. Police say a driver hit a tree and a person along the westbound service road of 30 near Cockrell Hill Road. The impact so strong, investigators found clothing scattered, then human legs.
It's something you just don't want to have to see.
That's only the beginning. Police say the driver, Nestor Lujan Flores, who is accused of being intoxicated, drove off in a Kia with the victim's body still in the passenger seat for nearly 40 miles. Damage to the hood and windshield shows where the victim's body was lodged. Court documents say Flores stopped at a Jack in the Box in White Settlement where the car broke down, and that he went into the restaurant covered in blood to ask for a phone charger.
He was still impaired even though it was hours later after this incident.
3 hours later,
I just came through in the drive-thru and there was a guy in the car.
someone called 911.
And he just slumped over in the seat, and I just wanted to make sure he was okay.
Police got there and questioned Lujan Flores, who told them he thought he hit a deer. But police found a dead person's body upside down in the passenger seat of the car.
You're so impaired that you strike a pedestrian on a service road and you don't even realize it's a human being.
Police say the victim was a 45-year-old man, but his name has not been released. As agencies in Tarrant County doubled down on DWI enforcement Monday,
These are gruesome.
this case unveils the severity of the issue.
This is a case where the suspect was arrested by Plano in 2020, convicted in Collin County 2021. And
The Dallas County DA now tasked with charging Lujan Flores. Now, as for what crimes they'll charge him with, that's still undetermined. In White Settlement, I'm Adriana De Alba.
on the awards front, your hometown police department placed 19th across the nation for cities with a population of 15,000 to 50,000 residents in the National Night Out category. This is really exciting. I really appreciate getting recognized, and really this award belongs to you. I want to thank Detective Laura Gonzalez and Officer Jonathan Lozer, who helped spearhead this year's annual event. We're already making plans and looking forward to a great October 2024. Congratulations are also in order on multiple fronts. First of all, let me highlight Sergeant Frank Blaustein, Sergeant Lana Cook, and Officer Peyton Wiley. They just graduated from the Gracie Survival Tactics Instructor School. What does that mean? This is going to enhance our defensive tactics training as we move forward. It's a really difficult school, and so I appreciate their dedication and teamwork. Also want to highlight Officer L.V. Benningfield, who just completed the required coursework and time and grade requirements to receive his intermediate peace officer license. That's a big accomplishment. Congratulations, L.V. Our Honor Guard has received multiple commendations on recent events held across Tarrant County, including the North Central Texas Council of Governments, Regional Police Academy. They assisted with presentation of colors at 2 different graduation ceremonies, and they also presented colors at our city banquet. I'm really proud of this team, including Corporals Brandon Tibbett and David Streif, and also Officers Wesley Gregory and Giovanni Ramirez. They're also representing us at AT&T Stadium at numerous kind of events, including the Rangers Ballpark. Also, the Peace Officers Angels Foundation, you know they have a special place in my heart. They bestowed an award on our team, including my wife Giovanni, who works over at Mansfield, for the collective work in assisting with their mission of helping injured officers in the line of duty. Thank you, POAF, Ann Maria and Phil Alvarado. It's an honor to serve alongside of you, and also for asking me to be the Master of Ceremony during that event. The community turned out in force for the recent Christmas parade held in December. You know, this is what makes our hometown very special. I love seeing all the families, all the kids along the parade route. and then a huge gathering at Veterans Park as we lit up the Christmas tree. Couldn't complain at all and had great weather. As a member of the Air Power Council, I also wanted to highlight what our command staff did. We attended the recent base Christmas party where we supported our military families. Matter of fact, again, we sponsored an anonymous family as command staff to ensure that they, along with their children, had a great Christmas. Also on the event front, the Belgian Prime Minister arrived at Lockheed Martin during a huge celebration as they took possession of their new F-35 aircraft. This rollout was assisted by our WSPD team, who worked alongside the Fort Worth Police Department, the Secret Service, and Lockheed Martin's security team to ensure that there were no issues. Great job by everyone. Our Citizens Police Academy, class number 3, graduated last weekend. What a great turnout across the community to support our recent graduates. And now they can continue their journey and join our Citizens on Patrol volunteer program. Again, congratulations. I also met with the Blue Angels advanced team. Let me tell you, I cannot wait until April. We're literally about 4 months away from one of the greatest air shows on the planet. We plan to pass along more information as it relates to parking and how to see this aerial demonstration, but make no bones about it, this is going to be a phenomenal event. On the crime front, we're going to likely end up with higher than average violent crime numbers and lower property crimes. The violent crimes are being driven by aggravated assaults. When we looked at these a little bit closer as a team, a very high percentage of our aggravated assaults are related to family violence. This is certainly a topic that's important to me and we're going to have to address as a community as we march into the new year. We got to make sure that our families have the resources they need to prevent domestic violence cases where they don't rise to the level of an aggravated or physical assault. As I get ready to end today, I wanted to just say thank you to everyone who has reached out over the past week and sent condolences and prayers to the victim that was struck in Dallas and ended up in our restaurant parking lot along the I-30 service corridor along Las Vegas Trail. You know, this was a horrific case. It was difficult. I can't explain or imagine how something like this happens, but I'm really proud of the efforts of our team, which included working with the Dallas County Sheriff's Office, the Dallas County District Attorney's Office to make sure that they could present a viable case. We also ensured that peer support came in and assisted not only our dispatch team, but our police officers and detectives that worked this case. It was a very tough case, so please continue to keep the family in your thoughts and prayers, including our first responders. Again, as we end, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in today. We are recruiting. We're hiring dispatchers, we're hiring police officers. Our next civil service exam is Saturday, January 6th, so head on over to our website, wspd.us, and click the About WSPD button, then the recruiting tab. We're very transparent. You can see the salary information. There's an intent to test form, which you do have to fill out if you're going to show up to the January 6th test. Dispatch candidates can apply directly through the website as well. God bless all of you, and again, Happy New Year. Make sure you're safe as you go out and about to celebrate the ringing in of 2024. God bless all of you.